Hey there, food adventurers. It's your boy back with another exciting culinary journey. Today we're diving into a world of flavors that might surprise you. We're talking about eating ants. Yeah, you heard that right. Ants, I know what you're thinking. Ants? Seriously? But trust me on this one. Across the globe, people have been incorporating these little critters into their meals for centuries. It's a tradition as rich and diverse as any other culinary practice. So, buckle up as we explore the fascinating world of ant-eating, from ancient customs to modern trends. Now, I get it, eating insects might seem a bit out there for some, but here's the thing. What's considered normal food varies wildly from culture to culture. Remember that time you tried escargot for the first time? Or maybe sushi? What once seemed strange can become a delicious discovery. Eating ants is no different. It's all about broadening our culinary horizons and appreciating the incredible diversity of food around the world. So let's put aside any preconceived notions and approach this topic with open minds and empty stomachs. You just might be surprised by what you learn. Our first stop takes us to Latin America, a region renowned for its vibrant culinary heritage. Here, the tradition of eating ants stretches back centuries, deeply woven into the fabric of indigenous cultures. Long before the arrival of Europeans, native communities recognized ants as a valuable food source. These resourceful insects were abundant, easy to harvest, and surprisingly nutritious.
In some cultures, ants played a role in religious ceremonies and rituals, symbolizing fertility, abundance, and the interconnectedness of nature. This reverence for ants as a sacred food further cemented their place in traditional diets. Over generations, knowledge of harvesting, preparing, and preserving ants was passed down through families and communities, ensuring the survival of this unique culinary tradition.
Perhaps the most famous example of ant consumption in Latin America is the hormiga culona, or big-bottomed ant found in Colombia. These large leafcutter ants are a prized delicacy, particularly in the Santander region. During the rainy season, when the ants emerge for their mating flights, locals embark on a harvesting frenzy. Collecting these ants is a festive community affair, often involving music, dancing, and shared meals.
Once gathered, the ants are prepared with meticulous care. Their wings and legs are removed, and they're typically toasted or fried until crispy. The flavor of hormigas culonas is often described as nutty, buttery, and slightly smoky, with a satisfying crunch. They're enjoyed as a snack, added to sauces, or sprinkled over dishes like rice and eggs.
The tradition of eating ants extends far beyond Colombia, with variations found throughout Latin America. In Mexico, escamoles, the larvae of black ants, are considered a delicacy. These tiny white eggs have a delicate, buttery flavor and are often sautéed with onions and garlic or folded into tortillas. Escamoles are so highly prized that they're sometimes referred to as insect caviar.
From the Amazon rainforest to the Andes Mountains, indigenous communities continue to incorporate ants into their diets, preserving ancient wisdom and celebrating the bounty of nature. These traditions offer a glimpse into the deep connection between food, culture, and survival that has shaped Latin American cuisine for centuries. Now, let's hop over to Southeast Asia, a region celebrated for its vibrant culinary tapestry. Just like in Latin America, eating insects, including ants, has been woven into the food traditions here for centuries. From the bustling streets of Bangkok to remote villages in the Mekong Delta, you'll find ants adding their unique zing to a surprising variety of dishes. And no, we're not talking about accidental appearances in your picnic basket.
These are intentional, prized ingredients, carefully incorporated into traditional recipes passed down through generations. Southeast Asian cuisine is all about bold flavors, aromatic spices, and a harmonious blend of textures, and ants fit right into this culinary landscape.
Thailand, in particular, is renowned for its adventurous use of insects in its cuisine, and ants hold a place of honor on this edible map. The tradition of incorporating ants into meals is deeply rooted in Thai culture, reflecting a unique blend of resourcefulness and culinary innovation. Here, red ants and their eggs, prized for their slightly sour, citrusy tang, are staples in many dishes. These tiny ingredients are not just a novelty, but are celebrated for their distinctive flavor and nutritional benefits.
One of the most popular ways to enjoy them is in a spicy salad called Yam Kai Mod Dang, where the crunchy ants provide a delightful contrast to the fresh herbs, chilies, and tangy lime dressing. This dish is a perfect example of how Thai cuisine balances flavors and textures to create something truly extraordinary. But the culinary creativity doesn't stop there. Thai chefs are constantly experimenting, finding new ways to incorporate ants into their recipes. Ants also add their unique flavor to stir-fries, curries, and even omelets. Their presence in these dishes not only enhances the taste, but also adds an element of surprise and excitement for the diners. And for those who prefer a more concentrated dose of ant essence, these tiny creatures are also ground into pastes and sauces, adding a potent punch of umami to any dish. This versatility makes ants a fascinating ingredient in the world of Thai cuisine, offering endless possibilities for culinary exploration. Venturing beyond Thailand, we find ants holding their own in the culinary traditions of other Southeast Asian nations. In Cambodia, for example, ants are often added to a popular sour soup called samlar machu, where their tart flavor complements the lemongrass and tamarind broth.
In Vietnam, ant eggs, considered a delicacy, are stir-fried with vegetables or added to soups for a protein boost.
And in Laos, ants are sometimes incorporated into dipping sauces, adding a unique complexity to grilled meats and sticky rice.
These examples showcase the remarkable diversity of ant-based dishes in Southeast Asia, each reflecting the distinct flavors and culinary creativity of the region. It's a testament to how something as small as an ant can play a significant role in shaping a region's culinary identity.
Our culinary adventure now takes us to Africa, a continent often hailed as the cradle of humankind. It's no surprise, then, that Africa boasts some of the oldest and most diverse culinary traditions on the planet. And guess what? You got it. Insects, including our tiny ant friends, have long held a place of honor on the African menu.
For millennia, communities across the continent have recognized the abundance and nutritional value of these six-legged critters. In a land where resourcefulness is key, incorporating insects into the diet was a no-brainer.
When it comes to insect cuisine in Africa, termites often steal the show. These highly social insects, often mistaken for ants, are packed with protein and essential nutrients, making them a valuable food source.
During the rainy season, when termite colonies produce winged reproductives, locals often gather these protein-rich treats. Imagine a swarm of termites taking flight, and you've got yourself a flying buffet.
Termites are enjoyed in a myriad of ways: roasted, fried, ground into flour, or even incorporated into tasty stews. Their flavor is often described as nutty and earthy, adding a unique dimension to traditional dishes.
But let's not forget about our ant friends. While termites might rule the termite mound, ants hold their own in the diverse world of African cuisine. From the savannas of East Africa to the rainforests of the Congo Basin, various ant species are incorporated into traditional dishes.
Driver ants, known for their aggressive foraging behavior, are a particularly prized source of protein. These ants are often roasted or sun-dried, their crunchy texture and slightly tangy flavor adding a delightful twist to stews, sauces, and even porridges. All right, folks, we've traveled the globe, exploring the fascinating cultural traditions behind eating ants. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What's the nutritional deal with these tiny titans?
You might be surprised to learn that ants are nutritional powerhouses, packing a serious punch when it comes to essential vitamins, minerals, and, most notably, protein. We're talking about a food source that's low in fat, high in fiber, and brimming with essential nutrients like iron, zinc, magnesium, and calcium. It's like Mother Nature's own multivitamin, conveniently packaged in a crunchy, bite-sized shell.
One of the most compelling reasons to consider adding ants to your diet is their impressive protein content. Gram for gram, these tiny creatures can outmuscle even your favorite cuts of meat.
Think about it. In many parts of the world, where access to traditional protein sources might be limited, ants provide a readily available and sustainable alternative. We're talking about a complete protein source, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids that our bodies need to thrive. This makes ants an especially valuable food source for growing children, pregnant women, and anyone looking to boost their protein intake.
In a world grappling with the environmental impacts of conventional livestock farming, ants are emerging as a beacon of sustainability.
Raising insects requires significantly less land, water, and feed compared to traditional protein sources.
And let's not forget about the greenhouse gas emissions.
Ants, being cold-blooded critters, produce a fraction of the methane and other harmful gases associated with livestock.
So not only are ants good for you, but they're also good for the planet. It's a win-win situation, folks.
As we become more conscious of our food choices, embracing sustainable protein sources like ants becomes increasingly important.
Now, let's talk flavor. You might be surprised to learn that the world of ants isn't a one-note samba when it comes to taste. Just like fine wines or cheeses, ants offer a diverse range of flavor profiles depending on their species, diet, and preparation.
We've already touched on the nutty, buttery goodness of Hormigas colonas and the citrusy tang of red ants. But hold on to your taste buds, because the ant flavor spectrum goes far beyond that. Some ants boast a lemony zest, while others offer a peppery kick. Some varieties are prized for their earthy, mushroom-like notes, while others bring a subtle sweetness to the table. It's all about exploring and discovering the unique symphony of flavors that these tiny creatures offer.
Our culinary journey with ants wouldn't be complete without acknowledging their historical significance beyond the dinner plate. For centuries, various cultures have recognized the medicinal properties of these industrious insects. In traditional medicine systems across the globe, ants have been incorporated into remedies for a wide range of ailments.
From soothing skin irritations to boosting the immune system, these tiny healers have played a surprisingly significant role in traditional healing practices. For example, in some cultures, ant venom, with its potent anti-inflammatory properties, has been used to treat arthritis and other inflammatory conditions. While modern medicine has largely replaced these traditional remedies, the historical use of ants for medicinal purposes highlights the deep connection between nature, food, and well-being that has endured for generations.
As we've journeyed through the fascinating world of ant-eating, one thing has become abundantly clear. These tiny creatures are anything but a culinary footnote. They have been a part of human diets for centuries, and their role in our food culture is only growing. From ancient traditions to modern trends, ants continue to captivate palates and challenge our notions of what constitutes delicious and nutritious food. They are not just a novelty, but a serious contender in the culinary world, offering unique flavors and textures.
In an era where sustainability and ethical consumption are paramount, ants offer a compelling alternative to conventional protein sources. They are abundant, easy to harvest, and require minimal resources to farm, making them an eco-friendly choice. Their low environmental impact, coupled with their impressive nutritional profile, makes them a food source worthy of our attention. Packed with protein, vitamins, and minerals, ants can be a powerhouse addition to our diets. And let's not forget the sheer culinary adventure that comes with exploring the diverse flavors and preparations of ants from around the world. From spicy ant chutneys in India to chocolate-covered ants in Mexico, the possibilities are endless. So the next time you encounter an ant, take a moment to appreciate these tiny creatures for more than just their industrious nature. Consider the culinary potential they hold and the innovative dishes they can inspire. You might just be looking at a future culinary star. As our food systems evolve, ants could very well become a staple on menus around the globe, celebrated for their taste and sustainability.
So there you have it, folks, a whirlwind tour of the world of ant-eating, from ancient traditions to cutting-edge culinary trends. Who would have thought that something as small as an ant could hold such cultural significance and culinary potential? We've seen how ants have sustained communities for centuries, adding their unique flavors and nutritional benefits to dishes across the globe. And as we look to the future, a future where sustainable food practices are no longer optional but essential, these tiny creatures might just hold the key to a more resilient and delicious food system. So, the next time you encounter an ant, don't reach for the bug spray just yet. Take a moment to appreciate its role in the intricate web of life, and maybe even consider its potential on your plate. Who knows, you might just discover your new favorite food. Chefs around the world are already experimenting with ants in their dishes, creating gourmet dishes that surprise and delight the palate. Packed with protein, vitamins, and minerals, ants are not just a novelty, but a nutritious option. As we strive for more sustainable food sources, embracing insects like ants could be a step towards a healthier planet. The future of food is full of possibilities, and ants might just be at the forefront of this culinary revolution.